What's up guys, it's me Saul and welcome to your first Java tutorial. Now in this tutorial we are going to set up an environment where we are going to write our Java programs. Okay, so this tutorial is purposely meant for absolute beginners. So if you are someone that have never known what is a program and how to write a Java program, then this is for you. Okay, so now when it comes to setting up an environment, there are two things involved. You need a JDK and then a text editor. Now, a JDK will allow you to execute your program, and the text editor will is the place where you write your program. Okay, so the we need to go to our browser and then we need to download the JDK first. So to download the JDK, we need to search download JDK. Okay, then in our first link here, our first link, we can click on it, and then so based on your operating system, the moment you click on the link, it will pick up the what your operating system is made of. So since for me I'm using 64-bit, if you are using 64-bit, it's gonna show you 64-bit. If you are using 32, it's gonna show you 32. So depending on the type that you are having there, it's what's gonna give you. Okay. So since I'm using Windows, if you are using Windows, you need to click on Windows. But if you are using MacOS or Linux, then you need to click on the Linux section or MacOS section. But for this tutorial, I'm gonna go with the Windows since I'm using Windows. Okay. And I'll scroll down, and then here there are different types. You have the zip program, and then you have the installer, and you have the MSI installer. But the one that I'm gonna go with is the installer, which is the one in the middle. So I'll click here, and then it will start the download. But for me, I've already downloaded this, so I don't need to download. But for you, you need to allow the download to finish. Okay, so I'm gonna skip this section. Okay, good. So let's assume that our JDK is downloaded. So the second thing we need to download is the text editor. Now, when it comes to the text editor, you have IntelliJ, you have IntelliJ, you have Eclipse, you have Visual Studio Code, you have Notepad++, and so on. But for this tutorial purpose, I'm gonna go with IntelliJ. But if you want, you could download any other text editor that you want. Okay, but for this tutorial I'm gonna go with IntelliJ. So I'll just say download IntelliJ. Download IntelliJ. So I'll just hit enter, and it will take me to the site where I will download IntelliJ. So I'll hit on the first link here, and then I will hit on the, so there are two sections. You have ultimate and you have community. Okay, so the ultimate you have to pay, for the community is for free. So let's deal with the free. So I hit on download. So for me, I've already downloaded this, but for you, just hit on the download and allow it to download until it is complete. Okay, so you could pause the video and then you go and wait for it to download. When it is finished, then you can come back to the video and continue. Okay, so let's assume that it is completed now. So we go to our folder here. So open your file explorer or your folder and go to downloads. So the first thing we'll install is the JDK. Okay, so I will double click on the JDK and it will load. So it should give me a prompt box which will ask me whether I want to allow this app to make changes. I will hit the yes button because I want to install it, so I will hit yes. Then I will see the program will start running. So here it is. So for me, I have already installed this in my machine, but I could go ahead and install it again. But for you who have never installed it, if you click it for the first time, it will take you to the to the next button directly. So you hit next. So here I'll just hit yes, and then it will reinstall it for me again because I've installed it already. Okay. So it is going to take me to this section where where you will be the moment you open it. If you open it for the first time, this is where it takes you. So you hit next. Do you want to change the folder directory? No, you leave it as it is. Hit next again and allow it to install properly. So let's wait for the installation to be done, and then we can go to the next step. Okay guys, so the installation is done. That's it. So also just go to your IntelliJ. If it is done downloading, go to your IntelliJ and just double click, hit yes, then next, and install it properly. Okay, so I will leave that with you. Okay, so just like I installed the JDK, just do it like that. Double click, then hit next. Okay, double click, hit yes, then next. Okay, good. So now what is the next step? The next step is we need to do two things. We need to configure the JDK to make sure it will be accessible within our system. So to do that, first of all, you have to know where our JDK is located after installation. So to know that, you go to local disk, and depending on your operating system, if it is 64-bit, then you go to program file. If it is 32-bit, you go to the program file times 86. Then for me, it's here, program files. Then I go to Java. Then I will see the JDK. You can install different versions. For this tutorial, I installed version 19. So that's the one I need to configure. So I will open it and then go to the bin folder and open the bin folder. Okay, so I'm gonna come back to this later. Okay, so let's look for something called environment, edit system environment. Okay, so to search for that, I will just say env and I will hit enter, which is edit system environment. So I will then hit on environment variables, then I will hit on path. So if I hit on path, then I will come back here. I will come back to the folder where I was, like inside the bin, remember. Then I will hit inside this box here and everything will be highlighted. Now I need to copy this and paste it there. So to copy it, after it has been highlighted, just hit click and hold CTRL and press C, Control C or CTRL C. Okay, then I've copied it. Then I will come here and hit new within my edit environment variable, hit new, then I'll just paste it there, then hit OK and hit OK again and hit OK. So that's how to configure it. So to know that whether it is working, then that's where our text editor will come in. But you could have used your command line to see if the if the Java already exists in your system. But for this tutorial, I'm just gonna skip that. So let's search for our text editor that we installed. I assume that you already installed it now. If you haven't, go back and install it. Pause the video, go back and install it. So I'll just hit here and I'll search for the text editor, which is IntelliJ, that I assume we have already installed. Okay, let's say we already installed it, so we search for it. So I'll just say IntelliJ. Okay, then I'll hit enter. So I'll wait for it to open. It is opening. Okay, so I'm waiting for it to open. Okay, good. So if you open it for the first time, you're just gonna see new project. Okay, then let's hit on new project and then wait for another window to pop up. Okay, so you will see this window here. So for this window, so in this section where you have the name, you need to add the name of your project. So I will call it Java uh, programming, Java project, like Java project. Okay, and then make sure, like, do not change anything here. Location, leave it as it is. And here the language is Java, the build system is IntelliJ, so that's okay. And it will automatically select the available, if your configuration is working, it will automatically select the available JDK. If you have more than one, you can go and select the one that you want. else you can leave the one that has been selected for you. Then you hit create. So we'll allow the project to be created. Okay, so the project has been created and this is the project structure, project folder structure. So if you come inside the project, you have the IDEA and the source folder. But the one that we need to work with is the source folder. So we go to the source folder and we are going to start by first of all creating a class. Now in Java, anytime you are to write a program, you need a class, okay? And we'll talk more about it later in the future. So I will right click on my source folder, go to new, then Java class. And I'll call this class based on what it is meant for. So since the program is all about greeting, I will name my class as greeting, capital G, start with capital. So I'll say capital G, then the small greeting. Hit enter. Then my class is created. Now the class is created. Now here within the body of the class, which is in the middle of the open curly braces, close curly braces. So you have to be in the middle. So if you go in the middle, then let's add our main method. Without the main method you cannot run your program. So to add your main method you say path.ln. Okay, so that's it. That's our print statement. It will display what we want to display. So to display something, we go in the bracket here, and since we are displaying a greeting which is text, then we wrap it inside the double quotation. Okay, so we can say hello, welcome to my first program. Okay, good. So now you see this text is wrapped within a double quotation, so it becomes a string. We'll talk more about it later in the future. So after doing this, the next thing is you will run your program. Okay, you can see that with the help of the main method, they will append a run button here. So meaning you can only run the main where the main method is. So let's hit the run button and wait for the results. So I should expect it to display hello, welcome to my first program, okay, within the console. Okay, so you can see the message here, hello, welcome to my first program. It's been displayed. So it means like whatever you pass inside this double quotation or whatever you pass inside here is what's going to be displayed. If I say um, I am a beginner, okay, beginner, okay, I'm a beginner. So if I run it again, you will see I am a beginner. Okay, so I am a beginner is displayed in the console. Okay, good. So this is what I have for you guys. So this is just to test whether everything is up and running. So we have confirmed that. So now we are going to stop here, and then if you have any question you can add in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't. Okay, uh, just subscribe so that if I add more amazing videos later in the future, you will get notified. You go and check it out. I'm just here for you guys, so please help and subscribe to the channel to help the channel to grow. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye.